How's it, my Chinese? Today I'm going to talk about my top cycling tips riding in winter that I've learned over the last 15 years. And I just want to start out by saying it gets really cold in winter. For some people it might be 10 degrees, and for other people it might be minus 10 degrees. So what you want to do is look like this no matter what. End of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you appreciated my tips. Goodbye. Right, so I'm going to show you my winter cycling kit. The kit that I wear every day, no matter if it's 5 degrees or minus 5. And that's about the temperature of our winter here in Munster. It's 5 degrees is the hottest day, minus 5 is the coldest day. Although there have been reports of temperatures up down to minus 10, although I haven't seen that yet here. But if I do see it, I'm fucking definitely going to ride in that. If I check the weather report and I see minus 10, I'm fucking going out. I live for that rush, baby. I live for that fucking rush. This is my winter cycling kit, brother. And I always make sure to wear a bright jersey. You know, it must look like the sun is shining on your back. And I always make sure to have a pair of tight socks, because there's nothing worse than your socks slipping down when you're going for a ride, because you want to look pro at all times. And I make sure that I have a quality chamois, because that's the most important thing, that you're comfortable when you're sitting down. You mustn't feel like you're taking it in the ass. And always make sure you've got a decent pair of cycling shoes. So that's the most important thing when you're cycling in winter. Just make sure your kit works. This is my number one tip for cycling in winter. And this is a mantra that I repeat to myself whenever I'm feeling a little bit cold. Whenever I feel like turning around and going home and I feel I've had enough. No. You don't fucking turn around. You don't stop when you're tired. You don't stop when you're cold. You stop when you're done. So this is the mantra that I repeat to myself. Pussies buy more clothes. Let me repeat again. Pussies buy more clothes. You see, the thing is, when you buy more clothes, not only do you ruin your bank account figure, you also become fucking soft. So that's the one thing you want to avoid in life, is becoming fucking soft. People often complain to me that their hands get cold on a ride, and their hands and feet get cold. So the suggestion that I have is get a bucket of ice water, or put your hands and feet in the freezer and just hold it there. Hold it there for 10 minutes. And then by the time winter comes around, or even if you're already in the winter, it's just about conditioning yourself to handle more cold than what's out there. Once you can do that, it'll be a fucking joke to you. Everyone else will be wearing their gloves and the expensive kit that they wasted their money on, and you're just laughing like it's a summer's day, bro. Those are my tips. Hope you appreciate them, and if you apply them, you're going to save so much fucking money. Because winter kits, fucking waste of money, bro. So I want to end this video off, or before I end this video off actually, I want to tell you a little story. So back in 2009, I rode for a team, Konica Minolta. It's a continental team, pro team in South Africa. Chris Froome rode for this team when he was in the early phases of his career. And I had two teammates in there, which I really admired, looked up to them. They were really cool dudes, and I still keep in contact with one of them today, Sean, and the other one, his name is Kwes, or Kwesi, as they call them in Afrikaans. And they had pretty unconventional approaches to training and to life, and I just found it really inspiring. So obviously they were older than me. Sean is 5 years older than me. Kwes is 13 years older than me. So they had some wisdom from the years of racing, and they did very well with the cycling themselves. Had some remarkable results. And they had an unconventional way to prepare for this race called the Jock Cycle Classic. So it was in July, but this race is quite an extreme race in terms of temperature variation, because in the morning, I remember that morning when I did that race, it was extremely cold. It was negative temperatures, and I remember someone saying that it got down to -7. That's how fucking cold it was. We went through this dip, and it was just so cold. Everyone in the bunch was shivering. But anyway, the type of training that they did to prepare for this race was in the morning, they woke up and they sprayed each other. They got in their cycling kit and they sprayed each other off with a hose pipe. I kid you not. It's -5 fucking degrees outside. Spray each other off with a hose pipe. They wear summer kit and they go out training for 4 to 5 hours or even 6 or 7 hours some days. So this was the mentality that these guys had. They'd start off by just going on in the summer kits, but that wasn't enough. Sean's like, no, why don't we take it to another level? Let's spray each other off with a hose pipe. And then Chris is like, oh, I never thought of that. That's a fucking brilliant idea. So Sean told me when he went out riding, it was so fucking cold that he actually crashed 2 or 3 times because he couldn't pull the brakes. But then after a while, he got used to it. And my God, was that fucking great preparation for the race, because on that morning, it wasn't even 1K into the race. He just attacked fucking hard. He was in his summer kit, Chris was in his summer kit, and they just attacked fucking hard. And they got away. And there were only 2 or 3 other guys that went with him, but they dropped fucking soon. So, yeah, I hope that's some inspiration for you. It's definitely inspiration for me. And it just shows you what the human body is capable of if the mindset is right.